um, rooted in some experience that I had in the last few days. Picking my daughter up from Holland, Michigan, and we were zipping across the Great Lakes State. We were on I-96, just west of Lansing. The reason I mention this is that if tomorrow you should rise and find that there is a package that was sent from a loved one that never arrived, they called to see how you liked their gift, or in turn you sent somebody a gift and it never arrived. I don't know exactly for sure where it might be, but I might have an idea. You see, we were zipping along in I-96 and we came up behind a big UPS truck. UPS truck swollen with Christmas packages. And maybe some of them were yours. Well, how did you know it was swollen with Christmas packages? Because the driver never closed the door. All it take was one bump. So we went over to the left and we pulled up, but it's dark and it's raining. I made some feeble attempts to get his attention. I thought about hand signals, but then I just thought that could be misinterpreted. And he might send me hand signals that don't mean Merry Christmas. So I just wanted you to know that, okay? You might want to start walking along I-96 just west of Lansing. Your golf clubs might just be there. It might not be Broadway or the Detroit Opera House, but I got to tell you, sometimes magic still happens. It was a little community theater's presentation of Dickens' A Christmas Carol. You know, the one about the tight-fisted, miserly, self-absorbed Scrooge who is, in the course of the play, transformed by a series of frightful and heartrending encounters with the supernatural. Well, it turns out the man playing Scrooge, by all accounts, did an absolutely incredible job. And the reason it was so incredible is that in real life, he was the diametric opposite of Scrooge. Everybody who knew him to be kind and gracious and honest and generous to an absolute fault. Well, toward the end of the play, this newly transformed, jubilant Scrooge goes to the window, an imaginary window, and he calls out the window to an imaginary little boy down on the imaginary street. And he says, "Little boy, you there, little boy, come on up. I have something wonderful for you to do." He was so good and so convincing that unexpectedly, a little boy, all of 5 or 6, stood up in the audience and came all the way up onto the stage. Now, Scrooge was not only cool as a cucumber, he was the master of improvisation. He saw what was happening. He met the little boy right in the center of the stage. He took his hand and began to lead him back to his parents. And he said this, he said, "You are the one. You are the very one I had in mind." We are here tonight, and you have come from wherever it is that you call home to gather in this sacred space. A congregation whose roots go deep in a place that used to be called Erin Township that became Roseville. A place where people gathered to pray even before the first shots were fired in the Civil War. A community of faith, a congregation, and this place in particular, this place hallowed, no doubt, and I have witnessed it many times, hallowed by tears and also by many prayers and also an awful lot of laughter. Nevertheless, the reason I say that is that we are here tonight because God called Mary and called Joseph, said to them, "You are the ones I have in mind. You are the ones, and I have something wonderful for you to do." And Mary, who wasn't old enough probably for a learner's permit, said yes. And a little while later, it took a little while and a few dreams, but Joseph eventually called his attorney, Sam, And he said to Sam, rip up all the paperwork, the wedding's on. And through their guests, the words of Isaiah this evening break into the midst of life itself. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. And this gift, its sheer givenness, can truly change a life. A while back, I was browsing in a bookstore up on the Hall Road, and I came across a book of letters. I think it was Christopher Hitchens. Letter from a Contrarian. Yeah, that sounds like Christopher Hitchens. Well, I opened the first page, and I began to read, and sure enough, he started off railing against religion in general and Christianity in particular, and Christopher Hitchens was an avowed atheist, but I still miss him. And it is a testament to the character of Christians that many of them openly wept when he died. Nobody wanted him or thought or takes delight in thinking that he is in hell. That's God's business, not mine. But the point being is, as smart as he was, there were times I really wish he took some time to actually read and know a little bit of what he was actually attacking. But there was a line somewhere down in one of the pages that I was reading, and he said this, I didn't ask for Jesus. I didn't ask for him to come into the world. I didn't ask for him to die on a cross. And I thought to myself, well, Mr. Hitchens, you didn't ask to be born. You also didn't ask for the sun to shine. You didn't ask for the rain to fall or the flowers to grow. It's because you're a knucklehead. It's called grace. It's a gift, Chris. It's a gift. And I think that is, above all, what Matthew and Luke, as different as their birth stories are one from another, that is one of the things that they try to drive home, that it is grace. He is grace. He is a gift. Nobody made him up. We didn't invent him. We didn't produce him. Nobody selected him from a committee, God forbid, and groomed him. He just showed up. Mary and Joseph said yes. And in 33 years, he became God's yes to the whole world. What an incredible gift he has proven to be. The very reflection of God's glory, the exact imprint of God's being, a compassionate gift, hopping over the fence of suffocating, lifeless tradition that kept a good many people on the outside. A gift that challenges and still challenges to this day all of the lame ideas that people have about what love really is, and what forgiveness is, and who God is. A troubling and comforting and a demanding gift who says if you want real life, then for heaven's sakes, don't play it safe. Take up your cross. Follow me. Here is a gift. Here is this one without whom life itself would be unimaginable and unbearable and unthinkable. Here is a gift that brings with him those intangible essentials without which we could never live. Things like strength and courage and hope that cannot be purchased at any price and cannot be manufactured, even in Detroit. We can rail, all of us at times, and I understand, because I've been there before, and with some justification. We can rail at those who see Christmas as nothing but a boost for the economy. We can complain sometimes about the crowds. We can complain about the breathless pace. We can promise next year, as I always do, to do better, but I won't. And start earlier, but I won't. And neither will you. Don't you always love those people? Oh, I'm done. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trip you. I choose to receive again in wonder and joy that first gift, the gift given in swaddling clothes. For unto us a child is born, a son has been given. I have never been to Rome. I've been blessed to see a lot of places in Europe. In fact, I'm going right after Easter again. but I haven't yet to be to Rome, but it's definitely on my bucket list. I've been told by friends that when you walk into the Sistine Chapel and you look over your head and you see Michelangelo's handiwork, you see on the roof, maybe I haven't seen it, I haven't stood in the Sistine Chapel, but it's a painting that everyone in this church, you have all seen it. You've all seen it. There is God reaching out God's hand to touch Adam and to touch each and every one of us. God in Jesus reaches out a second time. That, when all is said and done, is what Christmas really means, has always meant, and will always mean. God in Jesus reaching out to you a second time to offer life, quality life, eternal life, the real thing, to quote a great English preacher. What a God. What an offer. What a present. What a gift. I have some advice. Say yes. Amen.